Welcome back, beautiful humans, and thank you for joining us for the quarantine edition. We got the dating game tonight, which is tons of fun. So if you enjoy yourselves, like, comment below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're about to play the dating game. There's going to be 3 participants, 1 date, and 1 host. One participant is going to be an object, another is going to be a place, and the final one is going to be a celebrity, and it's going to be up to the date to figure out who is who.
Hello and welcome to Daring Digital Daters. Let's bring our contestant in for this wonderful dating game. Aaron Olson, come on down.
Hi.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful digital dating. Contestant number 1, our object. Contestant number 2, our place. And of course, contestant number 3, we couldn't go do it without a celebrity. All right, now Aaron, you're gonna have to find out who these lovely people are. So what's a good question for these people?
Let's see. First, I want to ask all of our contestants, what is your favorite book?
Ooh, favorite book. Well, let's start off with our lovely contestant number 3.
I gotta say, I have a lot of favorite books, but usually I don't like reading. I prefer to take my time in films instead. So I gotta say, you know, my favorite book that got turned into a movie would probably be, you know, anything from the Star Wars franchise.
Okay. I've seen Star Wars a couple times, so I picking up what you're putting down. All right.
And Star Wars is a great movie indeed. Well, what about you, contestant number 2?
Well, I'm really just interested in anything that's big, popular, and that's been made into a movie. Those are just my favorite things. So anything under that list, I mean, you can check Hunger Games, whatever.
Lots of moviegoers here. Now, what about you, contestant number 1?
My favorite book would be a somewhat of an unpopular one. The name of which is called Quarantine, about a couple of people who were just stuck in a place, quarantined from the entire world. But the only solace they had was a few things of personal value to them.
Okay, I've never heard of this one, so I would love to read it. Sounds great.
Sounds very interesting indeed. Now, Aaron, do you have any more general questions for our lovely contestants?
More general questions. Let's just do a classic. When you think about yourself, what color do you think of?
Ooh, what a great question indeed. Well, let's start with contestant number 3 again. What's a good color for you, contestant number 3?
Well, I gotta say that my favorite color and the color that I associate with the most is black. I wear it in my wardrobe a lot. It's one of the things that I feel most comfortable in, and I think at the end of the day, that's what really personifies me the most.
Oh, I love black.
Black is a great color indeed. What about you, contestant number 2?
Well, it would probably just be a lot of white, just white, a lot of white. Try other colors sometimes, but we always just go back to white.
Okay.
Oh, well, let's not have any differing opinions now. And contestant number 1, what about you?
Well, for me, it's kind of a tie between two. Some days I'm feeling that like really bright blue, and other days just that pure white. Really depending on the season, day, or time.
Well, Aaron, any more questions for our lovely contestants? They are very eager.
I love an eager beaver. So, do you want some more general questions, or do you want me to get more specific?
Well, it is all up to you in this lovely dating game, Aaron. If you'd like to do more general, they are more than welcome to.
Okay. Actually, I want to kind of hone in on contestant number 3.
Ooh. Contestant number 3, favorite color being black, as well as prefers movies over books.
Indeed, I love that. So contestant number 3, do you prefer fictional people or real life people?
Ooh, good question.
You know, I gotta say my preference is definitely fictional people. Although I will say there's been some, fictional people that have been based off of like real people, or that have been, grounded in real events, and it means a lot to me too. But definitely fictional is going to be where I put the most of my weight.
Okay, cool. So you would say you would rather like live in a movie than rather live in real life.
Oh. Yeah. I spend a lot of time working in that industry. So, I wouldn't have been in it for so many decades if I didn't love what I did.
Cool. All right, fun. I love that. Cool.
Very interesting indeed. Any more questions?
I think I'm gonna let contestant number 3 sit for a minute. Just for a
They've
minute.
been doing a lot of it.
Okay. Love that. Contestant number 2. When you say you love white, do we associate with ourselves in a specific country that also loves white things?
Yeah,
Very
definitely very like America. Pretty much no other place outside America matters, really. I mean, come on.
Okay, cool. Are you a popular place, would you say?
I'm super popular. Everyone wants to go where I am. I mean, it's just best.
Okay. Do you
Everyone
like
sees
Donald
it as a
Trump?
sign, I think.
What did you say?
I would say everyone sees it as a sign.
Oh, okay. Do you prefer the East Coast or the West Coast, contestant number 2?
You know, this contestant, they told me a lot
West.
about themselves.
West. It's West. I'm stupid, but it's West.
Okay. I love the West Coast, nice and warm. Are you the Hollywood sign, contestant number 2?
Oh, super close. Super close. Just, I like to be a little more vague.
A little more vague.
Just a little though, just a tiny bit.
Just a little though. Okay, let me think on that for a minute. Okay, cool. But we love the West Coast. Okay. Cool. Contestant number 1, I haven't heard from you in a hot minute. Let's get to talking here.
Yeah.
You told me you love quarantine books about personal property. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And then you said you liked to change your colors change all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
If someone were to write a song about you, what would your song be about?
Well, it would be about concealing oneself behind a object. Not being able to freely breathe as you wish, but for the better good that you are not breathing.
Okay, are you a mask?
Yeah.
Great, that's so fun. I know you're very popular right now, so good for you.
Oh yeah, no, like I have a lot of gigs at the moment, like way too many, like
That's
millions.
amazing. Thanks for taking the time to come talk to me.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. Now, what about our other 2 contestants, Aaron? You know that our contestant number 1 is the mask. Now, you guessed the contestant number 2 was the Hollywood sign.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you want to revisit them? If not, we can go back to contestant number 1.
No, I like the way you think. Let's go back to number 2 here. So we're similar to the Hollywood sign, but more
I guess
big.
I guess you could say like the Hollywood sign is like a representation of me.
Okay. Are you Los Angeles?
No, a little more specific than that.
Hollywood?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it's so fun with all those people that run around pretending to be celebrities and your fun little walkway with your signs and your hands and feet. So fun. Oh, so nice to meet you. I've always wanted to meet you.
So lovely. And we did get the whole city there.
True.
Now, what about contestant number 1, Aaron? I know you've asked them so few questions.
I think we're looking at 3, but I know what you're talking about.
That is exactly what I meant. You know, contestant number 3 was always number 1 in my book.
Oh, I love that. Maybe he can be number 1 in mine too.
Just maybe.
Contestant number 3. So, when you say you've worked in films, right? Is there one specific film that you've always worked on, or do you like to work on a lot of other stuff?
I like to work on lots of things. I've been in a very few amount of franchises. Typically, I just kind of am in one big movie here, one big movie there. I will say that I did do a franchise recently. Technically, I'm still working in that one. I'm not entirely sure when the next one's going to come out with everything going on, but I am, pretty big deal in that franchise.
Okay, cool. I would love to know more about that. So I think it's so cool that you work in that industry. Like, I would love to do that. Would you be able to tell me like one of your favorite stories that you have while filming, or like one of your favorite people to work with?
Yeah, I actually had a really big, one of my bigger films from quite a few years ago. Was working with Tarantino, and that man is brilliant. Him and then my co-star Travolta. It was really quite an experience. Actually, they were supposed to. My hairstyle was supposed to be different for that, but when they went and sent somebody out to get the wig, they didn't know what they were looking for, and it kind of just stuck. So, I'd say that's probably one of those funny moments. But really, I mean, all of acting has been a testament to me, and something that I cherish, because when I was a real little kid, I had a real bad lisp, but I was able to overcome it, and now I've made quite a name for myself.
Cool. Are you Sylvester Stallone?
No. Haven't worked with him. Haven't really done much with him. I did work, I guess a few different degrees of separation. I worked with Chris Pratt in one of our Marvel films, and I guess Sylvester Stallone was in one of the Guardians movies. I haven't been in any of the Guardian of the Galaxy movies though. I've been in lots of the other Marvel films.
Oh, you've been in Marvel films? Yeah.
That's where I've been recently. I actually was one of the kind of founding members of that whole franchise. They kind of used me as a way to kind of pull everyone together. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. had a lot to do with it, but a lot of cameos there at the very beginning before they started putting me more frontline in the movies.
Okay. That's so fun. I love that. Okay, so do you have your own Marvel movie?
No. There was a movie named after one of my characters from a while ago. I didn't get to play him though. Didn't really make sense because like the character was modeled after me in the comics, but David Hasselhoff actually played me back then, or played that character. So they wanted to change it up now. I do a lot of work kind of in the group up in the sky, kind of shielding over stuff, but I'm not really like one of the Avengers, so.
No, I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Love that. So you'd say, so you've been working as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
I made a few cameos on that TV series as well. I wasn't
Okay.
like the main person,
Okay.
but it wasn't my first stroll with that kind of stuff.
Right.
Also, I was in a spy movie, Kingsman, a few years ago.
Right. You're absolutely right. I remember that. It was so good.
Yeah, so like it wasn't my first time kind of working with like the out of the ordinary kind of sci-fi stuff.
Absolutely. No, I totally get that. Your name is escaping my brain right now. I see your face. I can see it in my mind.
Sure.
Um,
And all these you know.
Oh,
No.
I was about to congratulate you on your such good job of keeping your mouth. But
Sorry. Sometimes it slips, you know. I've done so many different things. You know.
yes.
I will
Yes.
say I've gotten a lot of praise. There's not many of us that use our middle initial so often.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, it is. I am.
Oh, you are so famous. Good for
I
you.
am. I know. My agent told me this would be fun, so I'm here.
Oh, I love that. You guys are all so famous. Thanks for taking the time.
we really pulled some arms to get Samuel on here.
I
So,
can
Aaron,
tell.
now comes the tough part. You have to choose between one of them. Do you want contestant number 1, a face mask, contestant number 2, Hollywood, or contestant number 3, Samuel L. Jackson?
Well, you know what? I think if I choose contestant number 2, I have a pretty good chance of running into all 3 of them. So I'm gonna pick number 2.
All right. Well, congratulations, contestant number 2, and congratulations, Aaron. When you're allowed to leave your homes, I'm sure you'll have a lovely time together.
Yay! Thank you.
And thank you.